The NBA draft is comprised of 64 picks, with 32 in each round. Since 1989, the league has adopted these rules of having only 2 rounds. The players who made themselves eligible for the draft but didn't get drafted can try out for the NBA D League. The lottery system was implemented in 1985 and allows the worst teams to get a higher pick in the draft depending on their respective records. Many players picked in the lottery haven't lived up to the hype that was placed on them when they were like teenagers and ended up having mediocre careers. These players are called draft busts, and I'll give you my top 3 to ever play: Greg Oden, Darko Milicic, and Sam Bowie. Greg Oden was the dominant center every team wanted in their front court. He was a physical specimen and a player that only surfaces around once every decade. Unfortunately, he can never get on the court, just appearing in 82 out of 292 possible games with recurring knee injuries. Still, with all that happened to him, he still wants a shot at playing again and has a surprisingly great attitude. Unlike Greg Oden, Darko Milicic does not have injuries as an excuse for his poor career in the NBA. A number 2 pick drafted in one of the best draft classes of all time is easily overshadowed by players drafted behind him like Chris Bosh, Carmelo Anthony, and Dwayne Wade. Milicic had all the physical attributes of a star, but like many overseas players drafted, scouts were unable to see him versus great competition, which caused them to solely rely on his physical attributes. No, he didn't have the worst career statistically, but when you look at how high he was drafted, he just screams out bust. Sam Bowie, or as he is commonly known as the man who was drafted before Jordan, was again a center picked by Portland that was supposed to fill the much-needed gap at the position. Injuries had kept him from playing much of college ball at Kentucky, and the same in the NBA, where he missed around half his games. The man who Portland could have picked is the best player to ever play basketball. This is why Sam Bowie is my, and many others, number 1 draft bust. This year the draft is scheduled for June 25th and has a good class of talent. Stars like Karl Anthony Towns and Jahlil Okafor lead the class as the likely top 2 picks. Will there be busts? Of course. This happens all the time. All we can hope for is that the careers turn out better than Greg Oden, Darko Milicic, and Sam Bowie's.